Let's go straight to live. Anyway, what's going on, people? This is your beast in the east, trying to make sense of the mess of the west. And I got I got a big special guest on here today. Hopefully, we'll get Ola on later on for this. Oh, on just as we say that, he just pops in. Just as I say that, here he comes, my guy, my guy, my days. Now I'm happy. I'm texting on. I'm like, all good, my bro. And he's like, and I didn't get an answer. I'm thinking, shit, don't please tell me something's like.
No, he looks sleepy, fam.
Bro, I'll tell you what.
Hey, yo, Naz, you know what man's day is like, bro.
I know, bruv. You do the shift and a half, man.
He just said, yo, we're surprised if Ola's had time to come up, man. I was like, no, don't break my heart, Lord. No, I've been looking forward to this.
Good Samaritan. The good Samaritan.
Bro, I don't care, you know. I'll be running a review. I said to Ola from day, yeah. He's a pro. When I first met him a couple of weeks ago on one of Jesse's streams, I bantered with him and he forgave me, bless him. And it was one of those ones where I even told Donny at the time, dude, man, you're one of the most laid back, chilled guys on the internet, bro. When it comes to streams, even though he doesn't do a lot of his own solo football ones, he does it with a lot of the other guys. He's always the most chilled out, bro. I had a lot of fun the last time I swore, and I bantered him as well about Tommy Yasu. And he just said, Wolfie, you got jokes. And I was just like, you know what? He ain't going to burn me, so yeah, cool, bro. Like, I was nothing off having it as well.
No, salute for having me on, man. Just literally walked in from work, put all my shit together, set it up, and I'm here. You know, my man knows how I get down, man. So
you know,
but we're here, man. We're here. That's the main thing.
Thank you both. I thank you both. I know you know what it's like on this YouTube thing. It's not easy, and I'm not being funny, bro. I'm blessed, bro. Even though I've only just started, I got like 56 subscribers.
Well, congratulations, man.
No, but I'm telling you, yeah, you've got the talk, man. So you might as well start doing some call-ins in some other channels. You know what I'm saying? I might even forward you a link or two.
That's a great idea, and I would love to. But let me find my guy, and I'll show you right now. Yeah, let me recover from my shoulder surgery, brother. Let me get when I'm 100%.
But I want to see you come on Hassam's calling show and just smoke Hassam a little bit. He's always trying it with me, fam. He's always trying it with me. I'm like, no, I'm trying it with the guy. He's like, yeah, Habibi, you're not Chelsea or you're not the Khara. You know,
yeah.
I'm like, what are you, bro? So I want you to come and one day I'm gonna shed a stream with you. We're gonna double Chelsea fans.
Bro, I'd be honored, bro. I'd be honored because as I said, like this is fucking huge for me, bro. This is bigger than like Kenny Ken and just for me.
No.
Let me tell you why.
Tell me.
No, they're both OGs, but they're both Arsenal. Right, and that's the only level I can really talk to them on. With you guys, I can talk about football and I can talk about
Yeah. He supports everything.
Yeah. All right, I see the angle you're coming from. Still.
Right, that's why.
I see the angle you're coming from.
I was gonna say like I don't want to because I was gonna as I said to you both, I don't want to take too much because I know if you just got back from work, I'm safe, brother. I'm not gonna take too much of your time.
No, man, you're good, man.
Get in your good books, you can come back again. You get me?
Hey, don't make me pull out my bus keys for you, my dad. You get me?
I'm telling you, bro. When you guys were talking about that the other day, I was cracking up on stream. When I was talking, when you were talking,
bro, this man's from bare people, players, fighters, family. Bare mans have got run over by the Ola bus.
well, hopefully I can jump on that, not get run over by it. Hang on the back on the license.
Yeah, man. You don't want to be under the bus. He wants to be passenger, blood. Come on.
You don't want to be honest.
But again, I can't express.
Big up, man.
No, serious, man.
All right, so let's get into it.
Let's do this.
All right, we'll have a little section on football because obviously. Naz was saying to me about this backstage. We'll have a little section about football when we move on to MMA, right? Now, Naz, bro. Hey, big man. I've been on a bare Arsenal streams today, and like, oh, your team's in the mud, innit? You're shit, innit? I'm like, you know what? Thank you for pointing that out. I can't say what I really feel. Like, it's not my channel, so it's just like, you know what? Yeah, thank you for pointing that out. Whatever.
I ain't
even got nothing for Chelsea right now, man. Like, fucking beating up Chelsea is like beating a dead horse, man. You know what I mean?
I called this guy a nice guy a minute ago as well. Look how he's getting on, man. Now. Like, that's harsh. He's getting on me straight away.
Straight away, man. But it's just stating the obvious these days, just repetitive.
Well, I'll tell you what, we started on Chelsea, so we might as well talk about Chelsea. Like, Naz,
man, let's talk about it.
shut up. I know you're just going. You're in the mud as well, bro. I know Spurs.
What mud are you talking about? I ain't seen
they won at your ground, you know, or not.
I ain't seen they lost this season yet. Come on.
Hey, bro, you know Spurs think they won at your ground on Sunday, you know. I don't know how when it was
2-2. Expressions were celebrating.
We'll get to that. Let's get to this Chelsea stuff.
I was looking at all right, we'll come to that later.
What's there to get to that Chelsea though? Tell me, what's there to get to? I understand.
I was just all right, other than having a shoulder to cry on.
That's what I'm saying, bro. It's embarrassing, bro. We're just like whatever. We're in limbo. We're in limbo.
Chelsea fans, keep the blue faith, man. We've got 12 man out injured, man. And I made.
Bro, we're the Blues, man. We're feeling blue, like literally.
Bro, Blues feeling blues. I've heard
that's what it is right now, fam.
In the mud. I've heard all sorts over the last couple of days, bro. But
Chelsea, injury FC.
Bro, right. That's the main one, right? And I made this point when I was on another stream earlier, bro. Right? You can't, and I hate to quote Alan Hansen, but you can't win nothing with kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, the joke thing is, but seriously, I made this example, right, of the Chelsea situation earlier. I said, right, it's a similar example if you get a construction site with 30 kids in it and they're all 20 and say, all right, go on, you guys do this with no hiccups, no problems. You're not going to get that with a bunch of 20-year-olds. I know it's a bit of a lame comparison, but I'm not being funny. In building a team, it has like similarities of building a team. You know what I mean? Like your foundation.
Building a house.
Like, you know what I mean? You obviously the middle, the structure of your said team or house. You know what I mean? And obviously the topping, which would be the striker, which we both lack. 1.7. I still can't. 1.7 billion between the two of us, and we ain't got a fucking man that will score 20 goals a season. Shambles, modern football. Absolutely shambles. But anyway, are you Poch out yet? Let me just.
Well, I was never like honestly. None of these guys deserve to come in. I used to say I was never Potter in. How can I be Potter out if I was never Potter in?
Poch.
So I'm saying the same thing. How can I be Potter out if I was never Poch in? I'm like, I see a lot of people on Twitter saying he's time. I'm like, yeah, but why couldn't we give the whole time thing needs to go to someone else? It can't go to him. So he doesn't deserve that time thing. He's not Diego Simeone. He's not Mourinho. He doesn't deserve the time. Honestly, if he does do something, it'll be done in a mad way, in an unexpected way. But I just don't see him winning one of the big trophies. Like, you know, I can't see it happening in 3 years. I mean, we could win a cup, but I'm not here for that EFL stuff, man. You know what I'm saying?
All right. In that case, then, in your opinion, then, where do you think he's gone wrong? You tell me and how you think he's gone wrong.
He thought he could do it with the youngers. He was so confident. Like, bro, honestly, Chelsea used to be a team of captains. We used to have all the internationals were captains of their international teams. You know what I'm saying? Half of them were vice captains or next. You know what I'm saying? Main leaders. Now it's like, yeah, we don't have none of that. We have all of them are projects in their own team. Only Caicedo is probably given a lot of responsibility. That's only because he's from a one-man team. Like, honestly, I just a lot of these Chelsea players. I mean, studying them in detail. I don't know, man. I think there's something mentally because. Even if all them injury picks came back, no one could tell me we're going to win the league. Even if all 12 of them came back fit and played well, even.
Yeah,
no one could tell me we're going to win the league. So we're double fucked. Like, we're like, okay, let's just say we do fix the injuries. Like, if we were winning 4-0, like battering teams that we should, giving our own against big teams, taking scalps, and then we got the injury crisis fixed, then I'll be like, we might win the league. But it's like, no, even if we got everyone fit, we'll just finish 4th or 2nd at best. It doesn't fix it. We need the answer, man. And as Kanye always say, I ain't got the answer, Sway. I ain't got it.
Wait, yeah, I hear you, but Kanye said he was Jesus, so I'm not going to take it to heart.
The way Todd Bowley moves, he thinks he is, bro. I know he's a megalomaniac. He thinks he's going to create an empire franchise dynasty. I'm like, do you not know how football works? It don't work like that. Like, even Madrid, like, I don't want to digress and go to it, but yeah, he is a megalomaniac. At least he's trying. Like, he's probably the only manager in the world, other than the Arabs, yeah, my people who are spending to FFP and some more. Everyone's way below FFP, whether it's Arsenal, Man United, Liverpool, just way below top. Always, at least we're trying. It's like gambling in the casino. It should work. We're gambling the most money. Sooner or later, we're going to win the most, right?
You ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Am I right, bro? Wouldn't you like to sign 3 random players? You'll be like, fuck it.
No,
like, just sign them.
I would like to see 3 fucking expensive players that are like I know are gonna prove my team, bro.
How do you know they're not gonna get injured straight away? How do you know they're gonna hit the ground?
You know what, bro? You know what it is? How do I know? Yeah, because I have eyes. I could have talked. Right, me and Ola were talking about this. No, like for real. Me and Ola were talking about this in Jez's stream, bro. I said, for the price they pay for Kai Havertz, they could have got Madison and Amrabat.
Oh shit! I think about Madison.
Big up to the Yeti in the chat, by the way. That's my boy right there. Big up to Yeti.
Yeah.
But yeah, like they could have got Amrabat and Madison. I'm not being funny.
Could I go what price at Madison?
Bro, yeah, I was a say Ward Prowse, you know.
Big man, I was talking about Ward Prowse last season when they won the Europa Cup. Didn't I say to you about they were European champions? Didn't I say that to you all in that stream?
Yeah,
because it was West Ham, bro. Ward Prowse and Declan Rice won them that trophy. Well, vice versa in terms of that's like how they could sign him because obviously they sold off Declan Rice and they bought.
Ward Prowse has a Lampard thing to him. Remember when Lampard's younger, struggling in West Ham?
You know what it is? No, he's technical, bro. Dead ball, rolling ball, pass, cross. He's technical, bro. Yeah, you don't get many footballers like that now, right? You really just don't. It's just the quality.
It's not even that for me, bro. He's always available, bro. That brother rarely gets injured,
bro.
That was another ability Lampard had, the injury proofness.
It's always available. When you got those two things, you got something decent going.
Big up, Mama Flossie in the house, by the way. Got a shout out the Queen, lady. Big up to that lady, like.
She's always everywhere to support. She's everywhere to support.
You know what? Yeah, I tell you what, she was
I was a sick one.
Mama Floss was the first people, and Tony and Burrow as well. First people to show me lots of love, like message me, show me support. Thank you very much. Blessed to them too. Much love that they're here to see this as well. Right now, Ola, your take on this Chelsea, bro. Like, what do you see? Like, what do you see as the problems and like how they possibly could be fixed?
Right. Before I say something about Chelsea, man, can I?
Of course. Big man, of course. Well,
all right.
I do. I got mine in the ashtray. I was buying mine waiting for you, bro. I was like, damn, I hope they turn up. You know what I mean? One of those ones. Because I'm obviously
we're here. No.
Bro, I know, but I'm still flattered. You get me? I'm never going to not enjoy it. I'll watch this later and I'll be all giddy. I'm telling you. Sorry.
No, big up yourself, man. Look, let me say something about Chelsea, yeah? Right. For me, with Chelsea and what's been going on with them, Todd, like my man mentioned earlier on, Naz, he's come in and found a loophole, right? The loopholes that all these owners couldn't find in a long time. He got the whole league hating. Probably the only team or the only club that probably went hating on Chelsea this summer was Man City. Everybody else, Liverpool,
it's true,
Arsenal, you name it, they were hating on Chelsea. You know why? Because they were taking some of the players that we want. Right? Okay, fast forward. You brought in Poch. Poch is a manager, again, that some of these clubs, namely United and Arsenal fans, has been touted to go after. I remember at one point, I was even saying, you know what, I'd have him after Emery. Right? So,
I remember that.
So when you look at what Poch is now doing, coming from PSG, yeah, you got a lot of problems. And the tribalism between football fans is always going to be there. And you're going to get bantered for what's going on right now. But I'm here to talk objectively, right? And speak to what I'm seeing. And I think
facts.
With what's going on with Chelsea right now, they got a lot of problems. But those problems can easily switch if everything clicks. And I said it from my preview. I don't know whether it was TJ's show with CMO Connor. Shout out to those guys.
Big up TJ, big up Tony, big up Tony. I knew you say it.
And I remember Golazzo was on the show that night, and I mentioned it. If Chelsea click, if they find what they need to find as a team with all those players they got, the rest of the league is in problem. We got big problems, but everybody's laughing now. Yeah. And like I said, rightfully so, because the tribalism in us. gives us
Hey, it's
license.
funny. You
to
got
do
to
that.
you give it, you take it. When you're on social media,
You know what I
man,
mean?
you're gonna get it.
Gives us the license to do that.
Yeah,
Right?
cool.
But when you look at the facts of the matter, the sort of players that you've got, the Lavias, the Nkunkus, Caicedo that you brought in, obviously it's not really hit the ground running and showed what it showed at Brighton, but we know the quality is there because we've seen it. It's not like a Kai Havertz situation that we've seen how shit it is, and it's now Arsenal being even more shitter. At least we see Caicedo playing ball, and he was doing mad things before you lot went and outbid Liverpool for 100 and something million. And
that was crazy,
right? So that quality is there, and that quality will come back when everything starts to find
I hear you, man. I hear you.
The problem that everybody is saying, and I agree with it, and that's only because of the fan base that you lot are. Will you give Poch the time to get it right?
I hear you.
That's the $1 million question.
I would.
Will Todd Bowley give him the time, and will your fan base have enough patience not to put the board under pressure to sack him? Right.
Yeah,
so because I believe there's still something there in Poch.
Yeah, but when is it coming, Ola? When's it coming?
You're saying this is what you see what I'm trying to say. Yeah, the man's asking when. Yeah,
5 years.
He's new school Chelsea.
Hold on. And this is why I said this. This is why I prefixed it by saying it's whether your fans are going to give him the patience. You know why? I know your fans wouldn't. Because you last Paul brats, you've been filled with silver spoon from Roman Abramovich for years, for decades. He's been feeding you, man, making you man think trophies grow on trees. It doesn't. You got no divine right to win. Fuck all, just like the rest of us. Yeah. Now you're living in the real world like everybody else. That's what it is, and this is where your patience reality. This is where your patience has to come in. This is where your patience has to come in. And if you don't got that type of patience, you're gonna keep changing managers like revolving doors.
That's why
Abramovich time back. Yeah, it's like when you first bust your first nut, you chasing that high and you ain't getting it back, bro. You chasing that high.
You keep getting it back,
bro. I'm telling you.
Yeah, see, we'll find the right one. We'll find the right goal.
Right. That's what I'm trying to say. You know what? You know what it takes to find the right one? Patience, my dad.
Well, this thing's butters, fam. This thing's butters. This thing bottled it in the Champions League final, bruv. That's like a goal having 21 body count on one night. Like, who does that? Poch is not that guy. He's not that girl. He's not the one.
You got to allow him to take you some of the way.
Yeah,
you can't keep chopping him up at the first fucking hurdle. Right. You got to get him, at least get him to get you some of the way. It's like a relay thing. You know when
I like that.
The last thing, they put 3 crap mans behind you saying,
you're right. I like that one, you know. I like that. So the next one's the one.
But you might just have to have the patience to let him get you some of the way.
If first you don't succeed,
if you don't let him do that, bro, you might.
I feel like no matter how the fans react, even if they do mad ones like last season and we throw bottles on the pitch, like even if we do a mad one and boo Todd Bowley, I don't think Potter is going to get sacked no matter what under a year. He's not going to get the Potter treatment because they think football, the world of football thinks he's a somebody because he went to the Champions League final and because he won the Uber Eats League, literally that's what it's called. They think football made him someone because they made him a somebody. Yeah, he's gonna get a decent amount of respect from the media and other, you know, even YouTube. Even now, YouTubers still give us a bit of respect. I'm like, why don't laying in more into Poch? They kind of still think it's Chelsea and not Poch. I might agree with them. So he's gonna get time anyway. But sometimes you give someone 2, 3, 4 years, and you're like, we should have sacked him in the first year. You know, the ones we're wasting 3 years.
Spoken about Arteta, give him 3, 4
years. That's Arteta, bro.
We're talking about Arteta. Don't try and
he wants something straight away.
Look at the way this man's trying to snake man.
Well, he wants something straight away, Arteta. He done the opposite. He done what Chelsea managers do. He wins something early and then he flops. Arteta done a Chelsea manager. He wants something early and then he kind of.
I hear that. But the thing is,
we're just flopping straight away. And I don't see this light in the end of the tunnel. But we're forced this time. we can't do what we done last season. Last season we forced Potter out, we forced Lampard out. It was easy work, light work. Hot though.
Nas, brother, I'll say this to you right now, yeah. You can't run the same format that Roman Abramovich was running at your club. He's gone. He's gone.
That's what the American would have.
He's not dead, bro. He's not dead.
Bro, you need a new...
The American wiped it out, bro.
Format.
He changed the whole format.
You ain't got that format that
he changed all of it.
Was running.
I'm with Ola on this.
That format done.
The whole thing.
You need a whole new thing. You can't run the same thing. That was his thing. And that's gone with him. Yeah? The new owners now, they now need to come in. It's like, look at Leicester. He ain't running the same format his dad was running.
Nah, when he died,
R.I.P. to
R.I.P. That's an R.I.P. Yeah.
He died, the love for the club went, innit?
You know what I mean? But he was also close to the club. But
he's right. The same thing. I said that before.
No two owners are going to run the same
way. Yeah, cool.
They're not going to run the club the same
100.
way. You just have to get with the new program. This is your club, and when they're gone, you're still going to be here.
That chick, man, that first one.
I don't know though. I don't think so. I don't think I'm gonna outlive these owners. Like unless someone unless someone head tops him or he does, he has some kind of accident. We're stuck with this owner.
No, Naz. One thing you need to see, right, and this is one thing I want you to take into mind, and this is how deep I look in football, right? In a couple of months, we won't have Fofana back. He's a write-off for the rest of the season. But we've got a defense. We've got a defense without him because there's always Thiago Silva. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, bro. In Christmas, and you can Photoshop this, whatever. You can take a picture. At Christmas, we're going to be a different team, and you know why? Forget Wesley Fofana, but Nkuku will be back. Reece James will be back. But Ashil will be back. But Moses Concedo, regardless of what people may say about him, about 100, he's not even fully fit yet. I can guarantee you that, bro, because he had that.
But he played well internationally.
Yeah, but he's comfortable internationally. It's not new to him internationally. He's been playing with Ecuador for about a year now, isn't it? But a lot of people forget, like even though the price tag it was 115 with him, the only reason why we paid 115 with him is because Liverpool tried to negotiate with a player they hadn't spoken to. Otherwise, it would have just been 100 mil. Regardless of how, and we were done with it anyway because we dragged it out so long. And that's another thing about how Ola mentioned about how we missed our old girlfriend because Abramovich was one of those ones who he would go out, bust out the champagne, he's flossing, he's got the Spanx car. You get me? Like Tom Brody's the kind of guy he'll walk in wearing a Rolex, but when you go outside, it's a Ford Escort. It's like, hang on a minute.
That's every man from the end, so.
Well, you know what I'm saying, though. The way
ain't that, yeah. Abramovich would have been annoyed if Brighton tried anything. He'd be like, what? Like send an assassin there. Like Todd Burley's just back and forth. We're like the bitches. Like I'm like, how's Brighton?
You ain't got that program no more. That program's gone, and
that's what I'm saying. Send him a gift. Todd Burley's sending gifts, bruv, instead of sending assassins. He's like, I'll send Brighton a gift. Like this, bro, we brought their keeper, we brought backroom staff, giving them extra money, youths left, right, and center, loaned them, reloaned, brought breads like cuckoo.
They're drinking champagne on us.
Yo, let me just say this real quick. Yeah, Abramovich was moving at different levels. Yeah, my man was sacking winners. Yeah. When you're sacking winners, yeah, right, people that won trophy for the club, and I'm talking about big trophies like Di Matteo. Yeah. Like when man firing them type of man, the levels of the next manager that's going to come in, he already knows. I can't be fucking about. But when you're sacking Potter and Lampard to bring in these other guys, they know the levels. They know they ain't got to push them levels. Yeah, this is what I'm trying to say because of the people who sacked before them. Right? So it's a reverse thing. What's happening with you lot now? But the one of the surest way as a fan that I think can take care of that is giving it time. Yeah, you're gonna eat a lot of shit along the way, but you've got to grin and bear it because you love being fucking spoiled for so many years. You got to grin and bear it to get to that.
We'll see. As I say, we'll see.
And I'm not saying you're not going to be back because I already said if your team clicks, the players you've got, it's a madness.
Positivity.
It's a madness.
Yeah, if it happens.
No,
but the way I see it though, is we went from, as you said, Lampard, Potter, Lampard, Poch, anyone above Poch will satisfy me. There's not many managers above him, but he's just on that level where you're like,
look at the man's Abramovich was bringing. He's bringing Ancelotti. He didn't come to take over. He leaves, bring back Mourinho. Mourinho wins, bring back Conte. Conte goes like, bro, you were sacking, were winners, bro. So they know the levels when they come in. The levels are there. This is where I'm going to be.
Why did bro?
Bearman, sorry. Bearman, he only went for the top brands. Rafael, while he was still relevant, he only went for Abramovich, and he timed it so perfectly.
Only top mans, and them man they know what time it is.
Yeah, but he moved differently, Ola, man. He moved different, man.
Bro, he sacked Tuchel. How can you sack Tuchel? Tactically, yeah, what that guy pulled off with that Chelsea squad was amazing, considering half of them are now dead within other teams. He won 3 trophies with that team, bro.
Rudiger, bro.
Yeah, but Rudiger could have been replaced. Like,
no, Rudiger's shit now. Everyone rips him now. They're saying everyone's saying he's dead.
Bro, did this man just say Tuchel is dead? This man won your Champions League.
Rudiger.
Everyone's saying Rudiger.
About how spoiled you man are. That's what I'm trying to say.
He said
You're
Rudiger.
A lot of shit.
He said Rudiger.
Comments.
No, we did not say it. No one said Tuchel's dead.
Now wins the Champions League, he's
this
dead.
Guy's trying to sting us.
You know what?
Manager to he's gone too far. We can't even correct ourselves. Let's just say Tuchel.
Stop playing, man.
All right, okay. Now
Tuchel will win Champions League with Harry Kane.
All right, let's just flip it, yeah, because Ola's had his fun. Now I'm gonna have mine, damn it. All right, North London derby, big man. What happened with your team, bro?
Bro, we didn't turn up. Bro. We didn't turn up. We didn't turn up, and I was fucking disappointed with that game there, man. I was so disappointed, and I thought we played well in the first half, and I thought we had a game plan. I thought we had a game plan. And I thought the game plan was well executed in the first half because it looked like we just set traps. We just set traps all over the first third of Tottenham's half, right? And we were nicking the ball off for them, albeit we weren't converting it. But I thought at one point we're going to take one of these chances. We're going to take one of these chances. We're nicking the ball off for them. They were forcing them into making mistakes. Goalkeeper was kicking the ball out. All sorts of things was happening. And I thought, okay, you know what? It's gone into halftime 1-1. What we need to do is step it up. We need to step it up. Bro, what we did was we slowed it down. When we brought on Kai Havertz, I saw Kai Havertz coming out of the dugout in the second. I'm thinking, what on earth is going on here? Why is this guy coming on the pitch? I see Declan Rice go off. And, bro, I'm seeing Jorginho come on the pitch, and I'm thinking to myself, this ain't right. What's going on? Anyways, talking about stepping it up, we didn't do that in the second half. All we did was we just give Tottenham confidence. Yeah, we scored on that penalty, and it was a Stonewall penalty. I've seen a lot of people try to debate it, but for me, I said it on the watch long as I'm seeing it in real time, right? That the keeper was already out of the way, which left a whole gaping hole. And with that shot from Ben White, that was going in. I did not hit Romero's arm. I don't care whether, he was sliding and his arm ended up being in the natural position. He still blocked the ball. He's blocked a goal scoring opportunity with his arm. You can't do that in the box. It don't matter how you're doing it. By law, it's a foul. You know what I mean? So for me, all of those, we scored from that penalty, and less than a minute, 2 minutes, we concede a goal to them, and they then look like the better team most of the second half. Maybe we had 1 or 2 chances, but the substitutions that we made from the manager, I was thinking, how is Nketiah still on the pitch? Even Kai Havertz came on, and in my eyes, as bad as Kai did, or as not well as he didn't do, Nketiah was still worse. And I thought, why is this still on the pitch? Okay, we'll go to make that sub, and then we bring off Jesus. I was thinking we was going to bring in Jesus into the middle, taking Nketiah off, and put Reece Nelson on the left. No, that didn't happen. So the manager, for me, us dropping those points is on the manager. He's brought on Jorginho. He's brought on Kai Havertz. and he's brought on Reece Nelson for Jesus when Jesus was causing problems all of us. He didn't start working, albeit it wasn't clinical enough when the chance, especially that one he nicked off from Madison. Right? I don't know whether that riled the manager up or not, but in my opinion, he should have moved Jesus to center the pitch and brought the Reece Nelson on the left.
Anything would have been better than Eddie that day. Anything.
Eddie was the weakest link. He was the worst player on the pitch. He offered nothing. Nothing in that game.
No, J5 was the worst, man.
Well,
he just came on. He's just look. I have to be fair. I don't like that he came on. I don't like that he gave away the goal. But at the same time, he did not put himself on the pitch.
Rice was pissed.
At the time when it happened.
Yeah,
right?
He was red on. See him in the bench, bro. He was bright red. Right? It was like that guy looked like he just finished like shouting.
Like, Rice would have done better in that situation, injured.
One-legged.
With one leg, he would have done better in that situation. Why was
your manager brought J5 and Kai Havertz and he brought them on? Your manager's an idiot. Honestly, he needs to get sacked ASAP. Like, I can't believe he made them decisions. No, I just can't believe. He's done a good job so far. He brought you up to the highest level that you could reach with him. He's reached the pinnacle of his level.
He had options. He could have passed the ball either way of it, and he had time.
Bro, no. Don't blame J5. You blame Thingy for bringing them on, and then. And also, Madison gave him the exact same opportunity.
I hear what you're saying, Tony Barra, don't you dare. Don't you start now.
Now the Tommy.
Don't you start now, Mike, for me, Tony Barra. Stop it, brother.
No Tommy twerking today.
I'm fucking with you, man. I don't even like Tommy like that. You know what I mean? I only fucking go like that. I only use it to wind Lee up. You know what I mean? Let me go under my bus in a fucking minute. You know what I mean? Look what happened when Timber turned up, man. Everybody
you were flirting with him hard. I watched that. You should have said, "Oh my God, Timber." Oh, I'm shameless, boys. I gotta go back to Tommy. Look at his eyes, bro. He's like the chick.
Bro, I was
like, oh no,
you saw that. I
watched the whole thing, bro. Didn't I tell you Partey lost the right back? Did you not read out my comment at the beginning of that stream saying Partey lost the right back, bro? Come on. But anyway, let me quickly ask you something. Let me quickly ask you both something. But before I do that, big up to Tony Ibarra in the chat. Big up to did I see Uncle Rod's Anfield Rods there?
Yeah, big up Rods.
Big up Uncle Anfield Rods. Big up brother Danny, everyone in the chat as well. Big up to everyone. But let me quickly ask you this, both of you. But I'll come to Ola first, and I'll give you a couple of points. Were Spurs better in the second half, or were Arsenal worse? Now let me give you a quick couple of points. Point one, and we all know this, Jesus, you have to take that chance in the first half. You're through on goal on your own. The defenders all doing this behind you, going down and all sorts. You have to finish that. Number two, obviously the midfield change. I would have rather El Neni than Carl Havertz, because at least he'll run around and try and kick a ball like properly away. Obviously, Agent Jorginho, big up Agent Jorginho.
That is the craziest one.
That was disgusting defending, bro. Man can see him coming, took one touch, took another touch, and just got tackled. And it was just like, you know what? That guy, and I'm pretty sure he used to do lots of this stuff with us in Chelsea, but he was never that bad. He was never that bad.
No, he had the brother called Kante to be like, yo, it's like you're working at M&S and he drops the milk.
That's
and
it.
Kante's like, yo, you're working, you're supposed to like stack it up. He's like a hard-working guy that cleans up after him. It's not fair. Jorginho's like
1.3. I was going to say 0.4 in Emil Smith role, but we all know he should have played a lot earlier. But I'll leave that because that's bait. But with 0.3, how the fuck did Eddie Nketiah stay on the pitch?
Bro,
man brutalized the goalkeeper in front of the world. That was like an MMA takedown. Bro, that was an MMA takedown. I was hearing Joe Rogan go, ow! Ow! In the background of my head, bro. He wiped him out clean. And I was just like, damn, big up Snoopy GGG in the chats as well. But yeah.
We were following.
Right, so, and I ask again, obviously with the switch from Declan Rice, well, you saw that. Did Spurs get better or did Arsenal get worse?
I think it's a combination of the two, but the responsibility was more on us because we were playing at home, right? The responsibility is more on us. The onus is on us, to get the points, because we're the ones that are trying to prove to the rest of the league that we can go toe to toe with the likes of Liverpool and Manchester City, who have been successful in the Premier League in the last 5 years. So, and that's where we're trying to get to. Spurs then trying to get to that. Angie just trying to stabilize a style of football. That's all he's come to do.
Yeah, I know.
As
and the
far
Spurs
as
fans are very happy.
I'm just trying to make these players understand my style of play and really into them. And the game on Sunday is like a crash course in the drilling that Ange wanted to because now I'm worried about Tottenham a little bit, and I'll tell you why in a minute. The amount of times that we picked their pocket, number one, didn't capitalize. Number two, they didn't panic. They kept playing the same way. Every time I keep seeing them trying to play out
composed.
The back.
They kept very composed.
They stayed composed. It didn't make them shake or wither in any way. So
yeah, they were on it, man.
And that's down to Ange. Now, I like Ange. I don't know why he's that Spurs.
Yeah, same.
Because you know what I mean? Like,
it's a job, Ola, man. Come on. If someone said to you go work for Sky Sports, you'd be on it, bro. Come on.
What I'm trying to say is you have a so unlikable club with a very, very
likable manager. Yeah, it's a conundrum, isn't it? I hear you. He's like, yeah, we play.
Yeah, the first day I said he reminds of Jurgen Klopp. He has that
it factor. Mind fuck. Exactly. He's one of those guys. It's a fucking mind fuck, right? let me get back to them two other questions that you said, yeah? Right, bringing on Jorginho and what Jorginho did there, the grace that I'm gonna give him, and this is very generous.
Yeah.
Than all the other takes you've heard. He's just come on the pitch, and I know it's football. It's a high stakes game. It's a North London derby, right? He's not supposed to be making them mistakes. And I said he had options as well, but I'm giving him the grace of the fact that he only just came on when that happened. He hadn't been on the pitch long.
Yeah, you're right.
When that happened, and sometimes it goes positive for you, where you only just come on the pitch in a couple touches and you're scoring a goal, right? But on the other hand, it could lead into a mistake. You come on the pitch and you get swamped. That can happen, and we've seen it happen. If you watch football long enough, you would know that can happen. Right? Yeah. Having said all of that, the worst crime, Jorginho is not the worst crime.
Okay.
Nketiah is the worst crime on the fucking pitch. To leave him on for that long, and then give Smith Rowe. Come on, how you do that to Smith Rowe, man? Like, come on, dog. What are you doing?
What am I supposed to do, boss? What am I supposed to do?
Like, bro, you didn't just fucking leave Nketiah on. You took Jesus off. That's worked way harder, caused more problems.
Has better quality.
Nketiah did the entire game. I was baffled, and that's why I said it's a combination of all of those. But I'm going to give Tottenham credit here. And in my eyes, Ange came up with a game plan and he stuck to it, because I was saying before the game, if this man comes up to the Emirates thinking he's going to play that high line, thinking he's going to try and play out of the back, it's going to be a long night for him. I was wrong.
Well, maybe injuries helped, because obviously you couldn't. Because
everybody's got injuries.
Bro, listen,
but 35 minutes, you controlled the game.
I don't like using injuries as an excuse for losing games or dropping points. And in that game,
I hear that. All right.
In that game, it felt like a loss. It felt like a loss. It felt like worse. It felt like I was saying it through the whole time. It felt like a loss.
Spurs fans were celebrating.
Bro, I've never seen someone so happy to draw, bro. It's mad. Yes. So Naz, what's your take on the whole Arsenal Spurs game, man? Give me your flip on it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, you guys covered almost all the bases, and I am a bit fearful of them in the future. If they, I'm like, what is this manager? What does he has the it factor that Chelsea lacks? He just don't have the money of the players, so I'm like, he's a bit limited, you know. But Romero had his worst game ever. He's their best defender.
Yeah, he was.
Imagine not having your worst game ever and you still pulled it out somehow.
Eddie chopped him.
It just makes me think like that's not going to happen. He's not going to score an goal and play shit like 60 minutes, like terrible.
Like I said, it's a high stakes game. It's North London derby.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, bro, did shit get to you?
The whole different.
That's what so I'm thinking if Angie could tight tune this and do I don't know, 1 or 2 more signings, he might be able to make a top 4, top 6 comfortable team again for Tottenham, which is what they want. You know, the unique Levi group.
I'm playing decent football while they're at it. So you know.
Yeah, exactly, man. Sexy football all the way.
Tangible, mate.
I honestly, I knew honestly when this all happened. And Poch came Chelsea and he went there and in Twitter they used to always tell me in the Twitter spaces, oh, Poch is gonna do this, he's banging, you guys are lucky. I was like, I know this game. Whenever you're preying on his demise, like I say, that's what I used to do with our managers. I went, oh, he'll do well for you guys. When really he flops there. But I just think we got the wrong guy, man. Angie's the guy. Every time I hear him speak, that first Sky Sports after his 3-match win streak. He was so chill. He came in there like he was smoking a cigar, chilling with these man. I was like, bro, this guy's a cool cat.
Cool, yeah, super cool, bro. Composed.
What is he? Aussie? Like what? Aussie Greek?
Yeah.
Perfect.
You know what I mean?
He's
just a likable guy, isn't it?
We played well, you know.
Yeah, mate, you know what I mean? Like, let's go to the pub and talk about tactics.
In the chat, who likes Postecoglou? Because I do. I'll admit it. Like he's a good guy, man. He seems like a.
Bro, you like him so much, you don't have to say his name.
Well, no, I'm a football guy, bro. You gotta understand. Like, I knew about this guy when he was at Celtic. It was just like all other managers like have come in, like, and Andrew Villas-Boas. Can you cut it in the Premier League? Yes or no? So far. Bro, you know what makes me like? I love it when people say to me, "Oh, Chelsea, they're just copying Arsenal, what we did with Arteta." I was like, bitch, we did that project 10 years ago. We got Andrew Villas-Boas. Don't like up and coming managers that don't really cut it. We just had that Mourinho love. Right, when we were
I think it's Arteta's time, though. Arteta should be sacked now. It's done.
Bro, if he doesn't win something big he's got to go. It's his full season.
Yeah,
no other elite club would do that.
That's not fair, though.
I think what people are saying when they say you're trying to copy Arsenal is bringing an ex-player as on their first job.
Oh, you mean Lampard? You mean with Lampard?
In terms of Lampard, and I think that's what they were trying to say in terms of, you know, copying Arsenal in that way, because Lampard, ex-player, is his first job or near his first job because he did Derby.
Derby.
Yeah. But that's like his first proper Premier, like a proper job.
Yeah, I hear you.
And a big club at that, like Chelsea. Like even managing Derby, it's not enough qualification. And I said this to you about Roman. It's not enough qualification to be coming to take over Chelsea, bro. Because when you see the people that Roman was letting go and the people he was bringing in,
bro.
Lampard would have never been in the conversation, bro. Never even been in the conversation.
That's true. No, but don't forget, it was actually Abramovich who hired him first.
Nah, he was there for the transfer ban, man. He was there to work with the youths like that, which helped.
Do you see what I'm trying? Because
that's back on him was a mistake.
That's all you man were begging loan man's back to the job. And look,
I mean, Abramovich wanted him to do well, but he's like, if it doesn't work, I'm gonna pull the plug. But it's not like, you know, there's no mad loyalty.
You win, you go out, mate. That's it.
But Arteta seems to be charming with that little Josh Kroenke. Here, they seem to be buddy.
Did this sack Lampard the first time?
Who?
He did, yeah. He didn't want to. It's the only time he's ever met a manager before sacking him in his whole life.
Mm-hmm.
He usually sacks you by text. It's like, fuck you, get out of here.
That man's he's
ruthless.
He's average, bro.
It's cold as ice.
I'm so glad he's left.
It's cold as smack.
Yeah, I know. I bet all fans are happy. But still, we move on, unfortunately, back to the next result. Hopefully, we'll get something against Brighton tomorrow, which is something to look forward to if you're a
Chelsea. Sugar.
I know, bro. Alan Sugar, bro. it's Alan
You're fired.
It's Alan Sugar, mate. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's not going to be good. Well, it might, but you never know. But I'm hoping we can just somehow pull something out of our backsides and maybe beat them 1-0. But I don't know. Chelsea, we're rocked at the moment.
Brighton, bro, they're good.
I know, but we are playing them at the bridge. Like that matters.
And it like it.
You know what I mean? Like that matters, bro. But
there was a time that used to matter, but that don't matter no more, bro. You know what I mean?
Don't rub it in. Right, man, like, don't talk like the Emirates is something special. Like, come on, like that ain't Highbury no more, my guy. I remember Highbury, but at least we had memories at Stamford Bridge, bro. You guys are looking at the echoes of your last stadium, let alone the past. That's harsh times, bro. I feel
it's peak, man. It's peak for you, man.
It's peak for everyone, bro. Because I'll tell you what, yeah, it's amazing how many symmetries Arsenal and Chelsea actually have. and how many identical problems they've got, injuries, squad depth, lack of a striker, all
Well,
that.
so does United. I swear down. So does United.
That's because every club's got one of those.
And no, not City though. Not City, bro. City's abusing this shit.
You know why people are saying not City? Because they're seamless. The quality that there's not that much drop off. Do you know how many that's not in that team no more that just won the treble? No Mahrez, no KDB right now. He's injured. Rodri's gonna be missing in a couple.
No way.
We play them because he got a red card.
Right?
No Silva, no Gundogan, bro. Like
Silva's out as well.
Do you know the amount of fucking players that they ain't got right now? Right, but the people that they've got in place is seamless. The drop off is not mad. They ain't got Laporte, bro.
You don't notice that.
Like,
might be an upgrade rather than
any one of us. If any one of our teams, right, had Laporte and ain't got Laporte no more, we'd be fucking moaning about it. We'd be crying. We ain't got Laporte. That's why we're losing. They ain't even breaking a sweat, and they ain't got Laporte no more. This is what I'm trying to say.
You're not wrong.
I just counted 6 players off the top of my head. That's quality. Mahrez. Another one, 7 like players that score goals for them. That always influence their game, and they don't even look bothered about it.
A lot of people actually. Sterling, Jesus, they've replaced a lot of people.
On top of that, they lost Pep for a month due to surgery. Yeah, put that in.
Well, they know
they lost Pep for a month. For surgery,
doing, man.
On top of all of that,
when I see that City team, though, every time I see it, man, it's just the best.
They're that good, man. That's it. That's all you need, because that's how he took the Barcelona sort of model, isn't it? When he used to bring man like Bojan in, and he used to bring swap Iniesta and Xavi around when Iniesta was a little.
Bro, they won with a red card the other week. I didn't even clock that. They won. Rodri got sent off, and they still won 2-0.
They just went and did what they did. They just they just do what they do.
Yeah, second half was different, but they got the win. The Dolphin. The Dolphin proved he was human though, because like Haaland missed bare chances, man. He looks like Echo.
Yeah, but still he scored though. It's like
he did.
Goal one.
He doesn't.
I know, but it's like Jackson's missing bare chances and not scoring one.
Score one. At least this man's finding the back of the net. You know what I mean?
He was far and few behind. I don't know, man. They've got multiple teams.
You know what's mad, Wolfie?
I look at their team now, man.
Naz, you know what's even mad? Haaland can afford to miss chances. You know why? Because more chances coming.
It's gonna come in. Yeah, that's true.
More chances coming.
Got me there, but
the confidence was there.
Still find the net. You get me? Like, yeah, that's true. Right, we've had enough about football. MMA. Let's move on a little bit.
Oh, hey, you know MMA, yeah?
Yeah, I know a little bit. Bro, if you've been checking my Instagram posts, bro, you know because I've been posting bits on there.
I see that.
I've been seeing it.
I see you've been active on there, but I see you've been active.
Well, put it this way, what I've been posting about MMA, aren't they factual? Was it not the BJ Penn and the PSG rivalry, top notch?
Boy, you go back in the day.
Bro, you gotta understand, bro. I like we were talking about when you guys were doing your watch along for the Shevchenko fight. Like, I was like wrestling to MMA, like how you said you were, but you said you found it by Dreamcast. I'll never forget the first time I saw Ken Shamrock at WrestleMania 96, bro, when he was doing the Stone Cold Steve Austin and Bret Hart match. And when I told you, bro, that this guy was blenched compared. Now I thought these wrestlers were big. But when you see Ken Shamrock standing behind these man, he made these guys look puny, bro. And he had that. And he was holding a high stance. He brought up the guard like that, and I was like, "Yeah, who's this brother?" Then
Ken Shamrock,
bro. Do you remember Bravo, the channel back in the day on cable?
Right there.
Yeah.
Right, do you remember Bravo, the channel back in the day? I had a boy chip cable, and occasionally I could go over there and watch certain events because Bravo used to hold show old school UFC when it was small. And as I said, like the first thing I ever saw at UFC was this guy on this floor with a black gear and red belt, and you had this guy like a crucifix look, and he's just going, bam,
the elbow. That's the most legendary one.
Bam, you know what? Bam. I bet there's some youths out there that think they're big and bad that don't even know a channel called Bravo. Like You know, I used to love watching Man vs. Food on that fucking channel, bro.
Oh yeah, Man v Food.
All the B-rate American horror movies I got off that as well, bro. I used to love, bro, but that was a mad channel, but it was entertaining. That's how I know Ola's old.
Bro, it was on Freeview. I'm sure it was on Freeview.
Bravo, huh?
I'm sure it was on Freeview after a while.
This was on old school NTO.
NTL came on.
You're right, man. You're right. I think that was NTL days.
It was like channel 35 or something like that. One of those.
That's only if you had the legal cable box.
There's some youth out there right now. I could go talk to my 16-year-old kid right now, and ask, do you know what NTL is? He'd be like, Dad, what the fuck is that? You know what I mean?
It's like NDL.
No,
North London Derby.
No, but you know how peak it was. Like, he had his chip cable weren't all that, yeah. So sometimes you know how back in the day, yeah, certain channels used to switch at 10 o'clock to other channels.
Yeah.
This brother had one of those sort of ones, like it'd be like live TV, then it would switch to something else. Then you had Bravo, and that might switch to Sky Sports, like when it was just 1 and 2.
No, like it became Playboy, bro. It became Playboy.
Was it Playboy?
Disney Channel became Playboy.
Television X or one of those old school mad ones, still like your 10-minute.
Old school cable.
I can't remember, bro. Like it was that long ago, because like as I said,
but that's how I used to watch boxing. You know, I used to watch all the boxing matches through that. After 10 p.m. it becomes Sky Box Office, and you see any of the repeats of it.
Everybody's going mad about fucking OnlyFans nowadays, man. Babe stations were the OnlyFans of back then.
Babe station.
Trust me.
Babe station still exists.
OnlyFans of back in the day. That's
I know.
You know what I mean? You're gonna
see that chick that used to kind of. This channel has finished. Do you remember when channels used to finish?
Yeah, that was old days, man.
Old days.
But yeah,
let's talk about MMA, man. Let's talk about.
And I used to catch some old school MMA, but it wasn't until really like the big MMA boom of like 2000s, like when you got mans like Chuck Liddell, Tito Ortiz, Sugar Rashad Evans, obviously Shogun Ruiz, the Leo Martinez, Anderson Silva, Matt Hughes, Matt Serra, Quinton Rampage. Come on, Quinton! Oh, Quinton Rampage Jackson, bro. The beef these guys used to have as well were legendary in the gym, on the mic, backstage. I just got absorbed into it, and I just got absorbed into like the different kind of characters. Because like I was a big fan. The Ultimate Fighter really got me into it as well.
Yeah, of course, that's everyone.
And I know Ola saw my post of Stefan Bonner versus Forrest Griffin.
Yes,
for me, that is one of the most important fights because it was the first big fight you ever saw in the UFC where two guys stood it out for 3 rounds. They were banging each other. No one was gonna go down.
Bonner Griffin, man.
It was just that too as well. It's just that bloodless. It's just like we're gonna keep punching until we tired. Oh, that son of a bitch won't go down. He even says it. That guy just won't go down. No matter how many times, and it was just these guys were both banged up, and it was just like, but they were grinning and they were cuddling, and it was the first time I saw that kind of like the respect. Like I think Ola said it right. The best thing about it, it's real. You know what I'm saying? It's not like WWE, it's that high five and all that shit. It's genuine, bro. It's the genuine article, and I have to say I fell in love with it. Like watching Ultimate Fighters, watching the Conor McGregor's coming through as well. Like the amount of fighters that show produced. Tony Ferguson, Mike Swick, if you remember him back in the day as well.
Yeah, man.
All those man. Coach now.
Mike
Swick's a big coach,
No, he just runs his own. He runs his own channel nowadays, man. You know what I mean? Well.
Really?
Yeah, Max Swick. Yeah.
I thought he's a coach as well. Josh Thompson's always talking about him.
The Count, obviously, when the Bisbin was coming through as well. The Count Bisbin. Cain Velasquez versus Brock Lesnar. I remember the hype around that fight.
You're dropping some big names there, brother. Yeah, I like it.
Remember the Overeem versus Lesnar fight? That fight had so much hype around it. It was mad.
Bro, when Mir tapped him, the first time when Mir tapped him.
Oh, yeah.
When he beat him, and he was
just 100.
Yeah, because remember, wasn't it when he said about I'm coming for my belt and all that, then he tapped him.
Yeah.
In the fight afterwards. He didn't I swear he tapped him up. He made him tap, he got him in a submission. And then they had the rematch where Lesnar just took him down and beat him like a senseless dog. It's just mad, bro. He pinned him down and beat him up, man. It was a mad
I'll say this, Wolfie, yeah. All right. The sport is so young and it's growing. It's growing. I mean, we're 30 years deep into the sport. It's not like boxing that's been around for hundreds and hundreds of years. And it's so much more established. And this is the one thing, and this goes to all of the boxing fans as well. And I'm a boxing fan, you know. I used to love all the old boxers, you know, watch Mike Tyson coming up, and that was more my era, you know what I'm trying to say. But for me, boxing just didn't give you enough fights through the year to really. It's like every time you see a big fight in boxing, it's like waiting for the Olympics or waiting for the fucking World Cup. You know what I mean? It comes around
back in the day,
every few years, man. You know what I mean?
Event, like Tyson. You remember Tyson Bruno? How big of an event that was over here?
Oh,
Man had to stay up late at night to watch that fight. That was a mad thing as well because he took Bruno's head off that night.
But the state that MMA is going right now, giving you quality fight, not quality fight, but quality cards week in, week out. Even their weak cards, yeah,
it's crazy, isn't it?
Even the shitty cards, yeah, right. Ask Naz how many times the fighters are well matched. They don't put cans versus like better fighters. You always always closely matched. You know what I mean? And
the underdog wins so much. It's crazy.
Yeah, I know
crazy because of the type of sport that it is. And the only thing that in recent times that fans has really been complaining about, that's kind of ruining the sports a little bit, is the judging. That now, 10 years in, right, they're not looking to do something about it, right? At least they're trying to make an adjustment because they're seeing the carnage that the judging is causing, right? So, in my opinion, I think the way the landscape of MMA right now is international, is global. Like with China getting involved, France has only just legalized it. It wasn't even legal in France, you know, a few years ago, and now it's legal in that country. So, you know, Africa's taking over with MMA. Everybody's doing
Zulu
MMA.
Warrior. Yeah, check out the Zulu Warrior interview on Honest. That is a sick interview, bro.
You know
that guy was so down to earth and chill, and he was talking about, you know what, and his knockout when he was talking about switching to the liver punch as well, and he was just like, you know what, I didn't even clock that until and I watched him do his finish as well. And I believe I even posted in your comment as well. And when I said the good finish stop from the referee about how he just got it, because you could tell when he got that liver punch, it hurt.
Bro, my man said, when I drop that on you, I don't care who you are.
Bro, he said he does it in training.
He does it in training. You do that in training,
fam. That's deep.
I'm trying to kill people in training.
I'm creative like that, he said. I was like, yeah, man, yeah, I hear that. I hear that, my brother. And not to ruin that, obviously, their content, but yeah, go check that out. The man's doing
man. He's a future star, bro. Oh, you better stick with him, bro. He's a future champion.
That's what I was gonna ask you too, right? Because you guys are in the know, right? And I'll tell you what, you guys give me. I'll ask again. You don't have to say the same fight. Maybe I'll ask one from Naz and one from Ola. Let me start with Naz because I have to say I love Ola General is just sitting there giving out the bits. But let me hear from Naz because he's turning his camera on now and I'm making sure he can't run off. Right. You tell me, because you said you like the underdog. Who is an underdog right now for us to keep an eye on right now?
Well, for me, one of the biggest underdogs is Charles Oliveira. He's going into this title fight with more or less every single person saying he's going to lose. I just feel like he's going more smart this time, less cocky, less arrogant, more focused. He's only 33. And I don't know why, man. I think it's going to be a big old close fight between him and Makhachev. And he might even, I don't know, it's in Abu Dhabi. But these days, sometimes people rob fighters that are from the opposite because they're like, oh, I don't want to be seen as biased to my people. You know, I don't want to be seen as racist. So let me give it to this guy. Sometimes that's just, you never know when it's close because the UFC bring their own judges in and sometimes they don't give a shit. But this fight is going to be close. And if I can say to anyone, oh, you want a big odds fight, like I think some are still giving it 6-1 odds. That's a lot. Like some betting platforms. So I do think Oliveira will still lose. I've got to back my brother Makhachev, but he's probably the biggest underdog I see happening soon. And a lot of people are writing him off. And yeah, man, a lot of people will be surprised by him. Who else, man? Who else is on the come up that is a secret one? I don't know. Recently, I've been betting a lot of secret dogs recently, man. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Let me see. I have to look ahead a bit, man.
I mean, we just seen Grasso. You know, retain the title and
yeah.
beat Shevchenko twice. Nobody would have saw that coming.
Yeah.
The heavy favorite, you know, coming into the second fight.
Yeah, but that's also like what I said about Oliveira. If he's lucky and the refs on, you might get it your way. Like if it's,
you said about the scores the other day as well, about the 10-8 rounds.
In the fight. That's all he's got.
Yeah, there's levels of upsets. Like
yeah.
There's the one where you get shocked by the ref and judge, and you're like, what? Those upsets are always a bit like those ones that get talked about more, I think, than even like DDP versus Whitaker kind of quickly got buried. Where people are still going on about this fucking 10-8 round, this judge. I'm like, leave the brother alone, man.
No, I mean, you're always going to have your critics, bro, especially in the fight game, man. There's always going to be someone looking to like put an eye on you in a negative light, because that's just what's
what sells, man.
It's just like, because even if you're never going to be 10-10 in someone's eyes. That's the thing. No matter how good a fighter you are, you know what I mean? Like, because
you'll be TT unless your mummy. That's the only person.
Yeah.
My son's the best.
How about you, all a big man? Who do you think everyone should be keeping an eye on? Give me your take on it. You're the OG here.
We should be keeping on this card that's coming up, or in
general? Just in your general opinion, man.
In general,
go for your brother, man. There's a fight card in 2 weeks. Sadiq Youssef.
No.
Man, you can pick whoever you like, bro. I'm asking all of the person, man, not all of the professional.
For me, I want to say, look at lightweight. Lightweight division is one of my favorite divisions, and bantamweight is one of my favorite divisions. And there's a lot of killers in the bantamweight division coming up. That is in the top 15, and I'll say keep an eye on Adrian Yanez. Yes, he's just come off a loss to Rob Font, but he's gone back to the drawing board. I've seen this brother; he is working like a maniac, and that's not because we got a parcel from his side and I've been championing Adrian Yanez for a long time, and that's because I recognize his skill set. Cameron Simon is another one that's coming into that division, and is looking to do great things. He's going to be fighting Christian Rodriguez, Rosas Jr.
That's a one. That's a good one there.
You know what I mean? Cameron Simon, Christian Rodriguez. That's going to be a banger.
No one's suspecting this one at all.
Bro, you're going to see a really, really good fight. So these are some of the fighters that's like, because for me, and if you see what our platform is doing and that, we don't just talk to like all the famous guys and stuff like that. We like to talk to people on the come up, because I like to get people to know. And John Goodin said this to me. He said, listen, the way you're doing things, you're making me know people that I have not even shown focus on. But when I see them on your page or on your YouTube channel, you introduce these guys to me, and then when I see them down the line, I can then think back, oh yeah, that's who my man showed me them times.
Cool.
That's one of the reasons why. That's one of the reasons why we try to go all the way into regional circuit to try and speak to fighters that are on the come up, and they're looking to they're trying to make it to the top. But the ones that's even made it to the top, that's not really broken in, that's the next wave. And you have to look after those guys as well. And these are the guys that's going to make this sport in years to come, and teach the young people that's coming into the sport that, listen, this is the way to do it. This is how to do it better than we did it. Because when you look at those years that you're talking about, right, with the Shamrocks and the Tito Ortizes and all those guys, the sport is changed. Sports science has changed. The way you cut weight has changed. Drug testing has changed. A lot of things has changed. It's like even football. Football's changed to what it was 20 years ago. There was no VAR. There's none of these little lasers in the ball that tells you whether the ball crossed the line or not. There's no assistant referee telling you something somewhere. You have to make a decision right there on the spot. Offside rules is changed like 5 times in my lifetime, bro. I don't even know what it is no more. You know what I'm trying to say? So the sport is always evolving. You're right. It's always evolving, and you have to keep bringing all the new new talent that we have, and show them the right way. So I like how it's going. There's loads of promotions out there as well. I don't just want you to to stick on UFC. There's Cage Warriors, there's
Yeah.
PFL, Bellator's out there, One Championship is out there, EFC is out there. You know what I mean? So there's bare promotions out there.
Cage fights still around. Are they gone?
Yeah, Cage Warriors.
Cage Warriors. Sorry,
you know, there's LFA, there's Aries. Like, there's so many fighters everywhere. Quality fighters. Obviously, all of them wants to come to the UFC. It's like the holy grail, but it don't mean these guys don't have the quality where they are right now.
Definitely. UFC is just like the WWE of MMA, isn't it? It's just it's the pinnacle.
Yeah,
like, you get the big 6-digit contract.
It's like winning the world. It's like being in the World Cup final when you get to the UFC. That's what it really is.
You could make a YouTube channel after you're done with the UFC. And it'll be big instantly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, of course, because you've already built your reputation. As long as you're a good fighter and like.
Honestly, the UFC is the best platform, man.
Well, look at Joe Rogan. His podcast.
Did he make the UFC, or did the UFC make him?
Well, no, he was a comedian, but sorry,
no. Way before that, Joe Rogan was working for the UFC for free, bro.
That's what I'm saying, isn't it?
You're a comedian as well, isn't it?
He was working for them for free, commentating for nothing.
Yeah.
For that company, while Trump helped build that promotion. Nobody wanted to help Dana. Trump gave him the first $1 million.
Big up Trump.
I invested in. That's why you see Trump just waltzing into the UFC crowd. That's because of what he is the only investor that believed in the whole sport in the first place and put his money where his mouth is. And that's why we have that spot today. And that's why you never see Dana, irrespective of what they say Trump's done, you never see Dana say a bad word or disrespect him in any way.
No, he made him a billionaire, man. Like multi-billion company, bro. Come on, 70 with that WWE thing. That company was it 17 billion that combined company's worth. You don't know you're not going to do anything to get like thrown out of that pile, is it? Like 17 billion. Like we're talking like that's like Arsenal, Chelsea combined, and then some. Like I'm not even joking because like what Chelsea's what value? What 2 billion? Arsenal's probably about 3 with the stadium. Like so like.
Well, they gassed up this market, man. These days, they all think they're worth 10 billion.
No, but it's still going to be ridiculous P, even if it's not 10. You know what I mean? Like Ola said, like it's the way it's evolved, isn't it? It's become that structured now. It's bedded into other things. Like when back in the day it was part of Russo Sports and all that, and it was just all separated, and now it's all just gone into what we would the conglomerate of the UFC, not the company of the UFC, but the conglomerate now, like how it's evolved, and it has got a lot better. Like Ola said, sports science wise, the fighters are getting more technical, they're getting more rounded. It's just the judging and the scoring, like because even with that the Shevchenko card, you guys was it. Even that was questionable, like with the round that I never had that before. Like because that's one thing over the last few years where it has really got worse. Like, and you sit there and you think, you know what, I don't agree with that judge. Back in the day, you never used to disagree with him, you know. Yeah. And it's a fact. Like I never realized how good the officiating was until I look back on it after some of the modern stuff, and it's just like, you know what, they got it so bang on, and it's just like, how did it get worse? And the same thing with football.
Bro, most of them are the same judges. Yeah, it's been 20 years. Their senses are failing them. Maybe I don't know. Like, who knows, bro? I know all the referees from back in the day are just so slow. Like a lot of them can't catch a second bang. Herb Dean has like 100-man compilation of someone getting knocked out and then getting hit after they've been knocked out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro,
who was the ref that let the guy get choked out and he didn't notice until the guy let him go?
I was also Herb Dean the other day, but a lot of refs do that. But it's just.
Well,
didn't he do that with in the Kevin Lee fight? That was in the Kevin Lee fight, isn't it? The most recent one. Kevin Lee was out. It was.
And he was just out, and he just let him go, wasn't it? It's one of those because that happened as well with who was it with Mario Mamasaki or someone like that back in the day as well when the guy was out cold. And he didn't even realize.
Be a warrior.
Mario, you die, Kamasa.
but it's true though. He had him out. He was out cold on the floor. Man was in like a reverse choke, and he was like. You know when he let go and it was like when someone goes slumped like a caterpillar and he just let him go and stood up and the referee was like, oh shit, he's out. Like, but it's just for me that's one of the things that I think they need to work on. They need to get it more accurate.
I agree fully.
They get more accurate. But in terms of actually the fighters, yes, there are a lot more exciting fighters around, and yes, there are a lot more. And I think certain weight classes have died though in the UFC, and in terms of that, you don't really have. They got names, but the excitement's there, not in certain weight classes. Remember back in the day, it used to be like maybe middleweight upwards, that more catch the eye. And then as we get into like the modern era where adjunct fighters are getting more agile, more rounded, more skillful, you've gone down maybe to the lower or middle weights and going down again. Because like, I always love watching flyweights. Who was the brother that jumped off the cage and kicked the guy in the head?
That was Anthony Pettis.
Was that Anthony Pettis? He had the frizzy hair.
Yeah, Showtime.
Bruv, the weight. That agility. To do that in the middle of a cage, bro. No one had thought of doing that. I've never seen anything that was Matrix shit.
You see that brother there? He did a Superman punch off the cage and knocked out Wonder Boy.
It was. You see what I'm saying? Though, it's the inventiveness.
This is how good this is. Yeah, people that don't remember how good that fucking knockout was, right? Go and think how long Wonder Boy has been fighting. He's never been knocked out in his entire career. That was his first knockout. And it was done in such a fashion. I don't think you see many of them. You won't see many of them around.
But you see what I'm saying?
Madness.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Off the cage, bro. The man had the ingenuity to get that extra force as well. Like you need to be pushed off a cage when you're using a Superman punch, but just to get that little bit extra power. You know what I mean? Why not? Like why not? It was inventive, bro. It was something I'd never seen anything like it. It was one of Joe. Like one of those classic jump out of your seat. Oh my fucking god! You know what? The only thing I can think of that made me jump out of that my seat back in the day like that was probably let me think. Anderson Silva versus Forrest Griffin. The way Anderson Silva he was countering him, bro. You said the other day Naz, about you were playing Tekken, and when you do parries and you do side steps and
it was like Eddie Gordo.
Bro, it's not even Eddie Gordo. It's the fact of you can already see the counter punches Forrest throwing.
Yeah, that was like art, man.
It was technical counter punching, bro. The way he was already. I'm not sure if it was the punch that was thrown or the way Forrest is stepping into the punch that gives the punch power.
Well, I heard Forrest got knocked out in training before that, though, man.
What you mean on the day? You mean?
No, just before that, like on the same week, apparently got hurt in training camp. Well, so apparently he's weak in the knees already.
Not a big fight like that, but you need to not be going stupid, bro. I already know that well, I don't know much about MMA preparation, but a week or so before the fight, I would imagine you just keep your fitness training up, but going hard in the gym and sparring and stuff no, you don't want to pull an injury and risk that paycheck, man. Well, that's how a lot of these men.
Bro, the money's everything, man. Some breads just don't have to cancel. But yeah, man. I think we should wrap it up there, man. I can see Ola wants to go get his lunch or dinner or whatever.
Well, yeah, no worries, man. If you guys want to big up your thing, then we can call it a night. Yeah, no worries. I've had an hour and 15 minutes out of your time. Just big up your channel, boys, and we can wrap this up. Yeah. Thank you so much, man. It's been a privilege.
My channel's right there, bro. So simple.
I've enjoyed the conversation.
Well, big up yourselves, boys, and we'll call this an evening. Go on, shout out your channel.
Man. Hey, people, if you ain't already on the Fight Week show, go check us out. We're doing some good work over there. We're always giving we've been doing some giveaways lately, and we've got one of our boys, Carl Rossi, to his very, very first MMA event, Bellator 299 in Dublin, and him and his missus, they actually went out there and had a great time. So get involved with the channel, go support what we're doing over there, and there's more and more stuff that we got lined up, and so yeah, man, go and check us out.
Naz, big up yourself.
Yeah, big up, man. Yeah, man. I mean, part of the Fight Week show as well, obviously, but we're gonna make a football thing soon, hopefully. I'm pretty much on all these other Chelsea shows every now and then. CFCOG, AK, Nas, always about, man. But yeah, man, I look forward to doing more shows, something more earlier when the sun's still up.
No. I tell you what, if we can get me involved in any of what you managed to say, it'd just be because I just love talking. Even if it's just like a little conversation between like it was, I just love talking about it, and I know a lot. So, I've tried to know a lot, still learning. Anyway, this is your boy Wolfgang. I have to say, I have really enjoyed this tonight. I'm gonna watch this back maybe later on after I've got something to eat, and boy, am I gonna fucking grin. Big up yourselves, everybody. Everyone in the chat, everyone. Stay safe. Good night. God bless. And we're out of here.